President Park Geun-hye said she expects the upcoming Abe statement to reaffirm the historical stance of past administrations in a meeting with Japanese Representative Katsuya Okada. Lotte Group Chairman Shin Dong-bin met with his father and brother amidst the conglomerate's family feud, but each side has made contradictory comments. And it's finally been confirmed that former First Lady Lee Hee-ho will visit North Korea on Wednesday. Experts await a potential inter-Korean breakthrough. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Tuesday, August 4th. I'm Luke Clary. President Park Geun-hye met with Representative Katsuya Okada, president of the Democratic Party of Japan, to discuss issues concerning Korea-Japan relations. President Park said at the meeting that she expects the upcoming Abe statement to reconfirm the historical stance of past administrations.
The first thing President Park Geun-hye did after returning from her summer break was meeting with Katsuya Okada, president of the Democratic Party of Japan and most well-known pro-Korean parliamentary member in Japan. President Park emphasized that today's Korea-Japan relations are based on Japanese government officials' past historical perceptions described in the Murayama and Kono statements, which expressed remorse for colonization and invasion. She said that she expects Prime Minister Abe to reconfirm such historical awareness in his statement, which he will deliver to mark the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II. Representative Okada said that he feels sorry and ashamed about Japan's sexual slavery and hopes for good results from the Korea-Japan mid-ranking officials meeting. He then met with Korean Foreign Affairs Minister Yoon Byung-se in the afternoon and delivered President Park's message about making this year the beginning of better bilateral relations. This year is the 50th anniversary of the normalization of diplomatic ties between Korea and Japan.
The Lotte Group family feud is unlikely to subside anytime soon. Lotte Group Chairman Shin Dong-bin met with his father and brother shortly upon his arrival to Korea, but each side made contrasting comments about how the meeting went, meaning that the conflict is still a work in progress. Upon his return from a 9-day stay in Japan, Lotte Group Chairman Shin Dong-bin appeared at the airport bowing in apology.
국민 여러분께 이런 사태 일어난 것에 대해서 진짜 죄송스럽게 생각하고 있습니다.
Shin said he would do his best to settle the conflict and normalize business operations at the Lotte Group as soon as possible. Shin also said that his father's order to fire him had no legal grounds.
법적인 효력이나 그런 거 없는 소리라고 그렇게 생각합니다.
Shin drew the line by saying that commenting on Lotte Holdings' shareholding structure at the airport would be inappropriate. From the airport, Shin headed straight to his father and met with him and his elder brother for about 5 minutes. The family feud in the Lotte Group is showing no signs of abating, with Lotte Group General Chairman Shin Gyuk-ho drawing headlines recently for his health issues, and each of the two brothers providing contrasting comments on the meeting between the father and the two sons. It's finally been confirmed that former First Lady Lee Hee-ho will visit North Korea on Wednesday. Experts are waiting to see whether North Korea's invitation to the wife of the late President Kim Dae-jung will provide a much-needed breakthrough in inter-Korean relations.
On Monday afternoon, North Korea sent invitations to 19 South Koreans, including former South Korean First Lady Lee Hee-ho. The 18-member South Korean delegation will be headed by ex-Culture Minister Kim Sung-jae and will include Seoul National University Professor Emeritus Baek Nak-chung. The South Korean government is expected to approve their visit to North Korea Tuesday, and on Wednesday morning the delegation will take the direct sea route to Pyongyang over the Yellow Sea. They will stay in Pyongyang for 4 days until August 8th and plan to deliver mufflers and medicine when they visit children's hospitals in the North Korean capital. However, it hasn't been decided whether they will meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Meanwhile, Unification Minister Hong Yong-pyo, who's on vacation, visited the former First Lady at her residence in Donggyo-dong, Seoul on Monday. The government said that Minister Hong did not deliver any message to North Korea during the visit, but some North Korean watchers speculate that the meeting was a message in and of itself.
The recent heat wave is not only making life hard for Korea's people, but for the livestock as well. Farmers are scrambling to keep their livestock cool in the scorching weather using ice and air conditioners. Here's more.
Sprinklers operate at full capacity on the roof of a hen farm that's become too hot because of the scorching weather. As the temperature inside the farm surpassed 30 degrees Celsius, even after sprinkling water every 20 minutes, the farmer had to deploy an indoor fog sprayer. Hens are particularly prone to the heat because they do not have sweat glands. As a result, they are already eating less and laying fewer eggs.
35도 이상이 몇 시간, 한 두세 시간 정도 이상만 거기에 노출되면은 폐사까지 이루어집니다.
Pig farms are also struggling with the hot weather. Farmers have begun to supply ice to their livestock and to turn on air conditioning in pigsties for mother pigs and their piglets to maintain the temperature indoors at 28 degrees Celsius.
새끼들이 들어가 있는 공간이 있는데 그 공간에 계속 열이 나거든요. 그러다 보니까 그 모돈한테도 열이 전달되기 때문에 더워가지고.
But despite such desperate efforts to keep livestock farms cool, some 34,000 hens and pigs have died in North Gyeongsang province over the past 3 days, as temperatures there are hovering over 37 degrees Celsius.
Revelations by courageous female teachers have exposed chronic sexual molestation and harassment problems at a high school in Seoul. KBS has recently obtained a petition the victim submitted to the Seoul Office of Education.
On July 16th, a female teacher and her co-workers submitted this petition to the Seoul Metropolitan Office of Education. It describes in detail how she was continuously subjected to sexual molestation and driven to tears because she felt hopeless and anxious. The sexual molestation and harassment allegations against the 3 teachers in last year alone were also raised in the petition. Apparently, the principal of the school ignored the complaint, saying that the issues were between 2 consenting adults and could be prosecuted only when the victim filed charges. More shockingly, the teacher accused of sexually harassing a female student was appointed the supervisory instructor of that class.
여러 선생님들이 찾아가서 경고를 했었고 우려도 얘기하고 전문가 교육을 받아야 됩니다라는 얘기를 수차례 말씀을 드렸어요. 네, 이해를 안 하셨죠.
KBS has found out that a teacher who was dismissed about 10 days earlier by the Education Office was investigated by prosecutors in June. Parents of the students recently visited the Education Office and demanded a strict and impartial investigation. The Seoul Metropolitan Office of Education decided to extend its probe on the 5 teachers suspected of sexual crimes to the schools they previously worked at.
Korean researchers have developed a technology that can enhance the particle detection rate of nanosensors 100-fold. The technology is expected to be used widely in nanobiosensors to diagnose disease in the future.
This device was developed by a U.S. firm to detect bacteria and viruses. The core of the clinical diagnostic technology lies in a nanosensor attached to the device. Smaller gaps between metal nanoparticles allow for more accurate detection of particles and disease diagnosis. Researchers led by Professor Kang Tae-wook from Seogang University and a team of researchers from the University of California, Berkeley have succeeded in enhancing the detection rate by narrowing the gaps between metal nanoparticles to 1 nanometer. The researchers covered metal nanoparticles with dielectric shells and allowed the particles to be arranged freely. They then removed the shells using sodium hydroxide. In this way, the researchers were able to improve on the drawbacks of existing technologies, such as high costs and low efficiency. The researchers hope that the new technology will help enhance the technological performance of diverse nanobiosensors, such as next-generation disease diagnostic systems and devices for monitoring environmental pollutants in real time.
Anti-smoking webcomics and videos created by users are appealing to young smokers with their candid and down-to-earth approach. Let's take a look.
This is a popular webcomic series urging youths to quit smoking. The protagonist meets a girl on whom he has a crush. The boy decides to quit smoking because the girl declares that she hates smokers. The anti-smoking comic was produced by a cartoonist who enjoys huge popularity among youths for his work satirizing excessive lookism, which refers to the preferential treatment of handsome people.
대놓고 제목에다가 본격 금연 권장 만화라고 하면은 일단 이거 봐라 이러면서 보는 만화만 재미있게 제가 잘 그려낼 수 있다고 하면은 애들이 그렇게 거부감을 가지지 않고 보지 않을까라는 생각을 해서.
An anti-smoking video clip produced by youths appeals to young smokers without preaching vague moral values. The video leads young smokers to realize the harms of smoking by describing how teeth become yellow from lighting up. This anti-smoking campaign is based on the fact that 76% of youths have smartphones and enjoy web cartoons or video clips on their phones. The anti-smoking web cartoon has been drawing positive responses, with its first episode having been viewed by nearly 2 million people so far.
First-generation idol girl groups like Wonder Girls and Tiara have made a comeback with retro-style songs. This and more coming up in today's entertainment news.
Idol girl group The Wonder Girls have made a comeback with their third full-length album, Reboot. The lead single, I Feel You, is a dance song in a retro 80s style. In their latest album, the Wonder Girls chose to boast their instrumental talents instead of the crowd-pleasing dance routines staged by most girl groups. Girl group Tiara, in their 7th year since their debut, will release a new mini-album at noon Tuesday, joining the fray with rival artists. The title track, So Crazy, is a retro-style funky dance song to accompany impressive disco dance moves by the members. Breaking a long hiatus, singer Psy will return to the stage to help boost the domestic tourism market, which was hit hard by the recent MERS epidemic. The Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism announced that Psy will appear in the 2015 Summer K-pop Festival, to be held at the plaza in front of Seoul City Hall at 7 p.m. Tuesday. The concert is part of the ministry's efforts to stimulate domestic tourism. In addition to Psy, top idol groups like Infinite and GOT7 will also perform at the concert.
The Korean chicken stew called samgaetang has been a leading summer health dish since time immemorial. It's said to help prevent our bodies from getting cold and to boost the appetite. Today, we introduce varieties of samgaetang that can bolster your energy in the summer heat.
This restaurant in Chuncheong, Gangwon Province is known to sell a special kind of samgaetang chicken soup. See, the pot is filled with seafood. How can this be?
요게 이제 곧 삼계탕으로 바뀝니다.
Customers enjoy a bountiful taste of the sea, including live octopus, lobster, and skewered seafood. After the seafood is devoured, a plump chicken then appears. The surf and turf rendezvous takes place in the kitchen. Seafood is layered in the pot. Then go in the aromatic vegetables and boiled chicken. A key ingredient of the whole dish, lobster, is taken out of the water tank and goes immediately into boiling water for 13 minutes. Slice up some lobster meat as it garnishes the stew along with the other seafood and chicken, and the lobster samgyetang is ready.
해물도 먹고 닭도 먹고 보양이 2배가 되는 것 같아요.
Here at this restaurant in Yangpyeong, Gyeonggi Province, a huge pot of all kinds of veggies and chicken is put on the stove. After an hour or so, holes are put into the chicken using a chopstick. It's said to be a secret to the flavor of the final dish.
닭도 빨리 익게 되고 기름기가 하나도 없으니까 담백해지고.
The chicken meat is also ripped up into bite-sized slices. After the preparations are complete, the chilled chicken soup called chogetang is finally ready. Choge means chicken seasoned with vinegar and mustard. The lingering taste of vinegar and mustard is pungent and refreshing.
초계탕 먹으니까 뱃속까지 시원하니 맛있어요.
We can't spot anything unusual with this third samgyetang dish except for its pinkish soup.
국물이 참 이런 건 특이한데 이게 뭐 무슨 팥들 넣나?
The soup's pink color comes from a particular type of rice, hongguk rice. Hongguk rice is made by fermenting aspergillus, the fungus. It's known to be effective for lowering cholesterol levels. The sizzling heat wave has kicked in. Protect your health and boost your appetite with special samgyetang dishes that you haven't tried before.
Now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.